Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan McDonald here, and we are live from LA here at Treyarch. I'm joined by the game design director of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Dave Vanderhart. How you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, especially after you flew all night and you were like just getting here, right?
Anything for a live stream.
Right on.
Anything for a live stream.
So obviously we've got, if you're seeing what I'm seeing right now, it is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And we've got a whole giant team of people behind us. Who do we got here with us?
Yeah, so this is a lot of our members of our QA team, some of our PMG production staff. That's our handlers from the mothership, 3100 at Activision, and some of our own devs in the background here.
And they are not fooling around. We are jumping into this. You want to tell us what we're seeing right off the bat here, David?
So what we're looking at is Hardpoint, which is the brand new game mode in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and a map that we call Slums, which is pretty small, medium-sized map, very intense action. Going to be a lot of pushed action right in the center here in this first objective that's around the fountain.
And this is the first time you guys are showing Slums off, like ever, right?
Yeah, this is something that we saved just for you and your fans.
Well, thank you, sir. I super appreciate it. I know everybody else does too. If you're watching us live right now, we are taking questions. Send them on through. We'll check the chat. You can send your questions through on the spot at gamespot.com or hashtag GameSpot. So yeah, tell us about some of the stuff that we're seeing that's new. Obviously, you guys got all kinds of new stuff with the, oh my God, sorry, I'm freaking out because you guys got this. And you can't see what I'm seeing, but besides the awesome people behind us playing, there's like a 100-inch screen that we're looking at that is playing the game that we're seeing.
Like that?
I do like that.
That might be the world's largest plasma, certainly at a game studio. So what we're doing is looking at GameSpot Live, play the game right now. And he's got the PDA hacker right there, and he actually is trying to get some hacks on and maybe show off a little bit with that crossbow in a close range engagement distance. I think he wants to get internet nerd famous as he frames up some Hellstorm missile coming in on the middle of that battlefield here. So little gameplay from Hardpoint on Slums, a map that we got for you, spectating a very special gamer tag that we made. And I believe you and I are going to play a little bit later.
That's right. Aaron Sampson's over here, and he's monitoring our audio and stuff. I know he wants to pick up a controller as well.
Well, should we let him play a little bit?
We should. As soon as we're 5 minutes in, let's give him a little more time to make sure everything's set over there. My question for you is, now this is not an ordinary view that we are seeing here, correct?
Not at all. So to keep things easy for us to get started so that we can talk and not have to worry too much about trying to play and talk at the same time, we're actually in the Codcast view, which a lot of people know about. This is a new feature in the game that's really specifically designed as a spectator experience. Now, I'm not doing a ton here, we're just actually watching, but I can actually pull up this picture-in-picture view by hitting the right trigger here, and now we can see kind of everybody in the game. You can see if they're on an objective or not, and this guy here, TA Spot, I'll actually flip to him, and what TA Spot, you see that 6, that means he's on a 6 kill streak, so he's got 6 kills in a row. Of course, that's the curse of the Codcaster in effect, that whoever you spectate is the next guy to die. We can also actually flip back and turn on the map view, so you can see where all the players are on the map, proportional to every other player in the game, how they're positioning up against each other, how this green team is trying to push in. But look at how solid that red team has as they're sort of building a nice barrier around the hard point that they tap. So just one of the many new features in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer.
Now, one of the questions I have for you, this is like, let's not be, this is live, this is happening, what they're doing behind us, correct?
Absolutely, right. So we're just playing on System Link. They're right behind us right now. This is happening right now, so you know what could possibly go wrong on live internet.
Speaking of which, they also have microphones. Is that right? We heard them talking in the microphones. We heard it coming over. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, you know, obviously we got them turned down a little bit so that we can't hear them. But there's actually a feature in the game that's called the listen and toggle. So if the first team there actually starts using up their mics, we can actually use the listen in feature, and you'll actually be able to hear that team work together. So I've turned listen in on, so maybe they'll start communicating together and you can hear what it's like as the caster hearing their point of view, right? So just one of the things that you can do is basically spy in on this team and figure out how they're all working together.
That is crazy. That is super cool. So you're telling me when I sit at home next week and I'm on there. If for some reason I am not playing the game myself, I can tune into other people playing and watch what they're doing?
Yeah, so this is available in both System Link and custom games, and it's an option that you can turn on as the host of the game, so that you wouldn't necessarily have everybody in the game being a caster unless you wanted them to be, but you can have more than one player be a caster. So I actually fully expect that you'll see teams of people working together, one guy being the play-by-play guy and one guy being the color commentator. So I'll turn off the listen and toggle real quick so we can get back into the action here, and we'll flip back over to GameSpot Live, see what kind of player he is.
No. So who is representing us as the GameSpot Live player?
Yeah, I'd have to turn around to see who's got the sticks right now.
That's him right on the end right there.
Yeah, probably one of the QA masters. And you know, when we joke about how we get paid to play video games, they certainly do. And it's awfully embarrassing to us devs just how good the QA team is at our game. Not a lot of help when we go against them. They just wipe us up all the time.
Our community team is watching the chats and all the various forms of communication that we have. Getting the GameSpot. I'm going to throw some of these questions at you that some of these folks are sending in. And this is one of the questions I have too. What is the deal with like this league business I'm hearing about?
Yeah, so what you're talking about is the league play feature. So in the game, there's actually a complete component of the game accessible right from the main menu called League Play. And League Play is one of the 3 pillars of our esports initiative. So if you're not familiar with League Play, it works like this. It uses skill-based matchmaking to place you with a group of people at your skill level so that you can make sure that you're playing at a competitive field that's good for you. So if you're an average player, you'll be playing against other players at that level. That's when the game's really fun, right? When you win or almost win, it can, you know, if you're constantly getting the living daylights kicked out of you, that can stop being fun. So League Play actually uses skill-based matchmaking and ranking to keep you in what we call a division. And there's several divisions ranging from Iron all the way up to the Pro division. And you'll be placed in that division. And League Play is a little bit different than the regular game. You're not actually ranking up the normal way. You are earning some experience for playing in it, but everything's actually unlocked to you. So you can go in there and actually pick anything you want, any gun, any wild card. You don't have to go through the progression, and that's because you need the competitive field to be kind of consistent and open for everyone.
Wow, that is super crazy. You're just making life way easy for competitive sports, esports folks, aren't you?
I hope so. I hope so.
All right, so let's dive in a little bit. What new game modes, if you don't mind me, what we're watching this action happen right here, what new game modes have been added to Black Ops 2?
Yeah, so we're actually looking at one of the new game modes called Hardpoint. And this is inspired by those traditional King of the Hill style games. That's a very cool, the hacker PDA is trying to hack on that guy right now. So in Hardpoint, you actually have a range around a map, like a barrier, and you're trying to get inside and hold that objective or position in Hardpoint. Beyond that, there's what we call multi-team. And multi-team actually is more than just 2 teams. You know, Call of Duty's always been my team versus your team or a free-for-all game. And the game actually can support up to 6 teams at once. And in the public playlist, we actually have it set up for 3 teams at once. So a team with 3 players on it versus another team of 3 players versus a third team of 3 players. That's 9 players. That's very intense. Really small squad tactics come into play. I really love it. It's available in Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, and Hardpoint.
Oh, wow.
In fact, all 3 of those are available as multi-team. Those are the big game mode additions this year.
That's good business. What is the, then we saw it right before we started, what is the difference between, this is also coming from our community, how do score streaks differ from like kill streaks?
Yeah, so if you look in the HUD in the lower right there, you can see his 3 score streaks. So the community's clear on this. When we go out right now and we're watching GameSpot Live, and let's see if we can put some targets down. You're going to see some numbers pop off in the center of this HUD, and those numbers are the actual scores. So right here, plus 100. That plus 100 is how much score he got for killing that guy, and that's filling his meter in the lower right-hand corner. Once he reaches the top of the meter, he earns his first score streak. You can take 3 score streaks, but you don't have to take 3. You can take 1. You can take 2. And what's really interesting about the score streaks is puts a lot of granularity. We can give you score for anything. You saw right there, plus 25 for an assist. So you're earning score when you do anything that's helping your team win the game.
I think Aaron Sampson's looking to...
Uh-oh, do I need a new mic?
Your mic might have died. You've been telling us too much good stuff.
Mic number 2?
While you do that business, it looks like we just got to the end of the match here on Slums. And again, yeah, don't know if you can hear it off the side there. This is Codcast mode you're looking at, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we just did a real lightweight interpretation of a Codcast match. I guess my mic died during that stream. Of course, anything can go wrong when you're live. Hopefully I'm back in action. You guys can hear me okay. Sorry about that. All right, so you want to try now?
I do.
All right, so we're going to actually take you off of being